I better change my battery. I'll probably die soon. Yep, okay. And charge you up, my little friend. And then I have to switch out for you. Then hold it for a while. Yep, I'm streaming. Yep. Mhm. Alright. Am I bothering you? Oh no. I don't think you're bothering anyone. Let me pull up my stream, please. I'm streaming. I'm a little late. That's fine. Little's better than very. Okay. Share this on Twitter. There you go. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectation to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. Yeah. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone. I mean, I talk to a lot of people I don't know. But I do try to avoid conversations a lot of times too. But when I do, I just act goofy, silly, and like a fool. And don't take anything seriously. Or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Soka. I see. That would be me. Ow, I feel like I'm being personally attacked. Ouch. Painful. Yuri glances across the room at Sayori Natsuki. Sayori has her head cooked back and her mouth open. Why'd I say cook? Because I look like an O to me. Why did I look like an O? Cocked. What? Her head cocked back? Can anyone cock their head back? I mean, I guess if you lean your head backwards a little bit. Does that really count as cocked? Hmm. Ah, that feels like leaning though. And mouth open. Wait. Trying to catch Okay. So she has it like this. I can't do that though. How the hell? I guess you'd have to lean back like this and then catches pieces of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air after the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need. They just ran off cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sorry, seems practically good at making that happen. It's my girl. Syra, baby. But the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? Well, that may be practically my fault. Maybe it's... Okay, I'm going to say practically, because that made more sense to me. That's probably partially. Partially, right? Don't get anyone killed. Shut up! I don't kill anyone, dumbass. I don't get to make those choices. Guys, this is a side story, not the main. So shush. Catty monkey. Yeah, I think that's partially. Yeah. Practically, partially. I mean, it's still the same thing, really. Practically and partially. You and your lovers. Hey, the only lover I have on here is Sayori. She's my girl. So that may be partially my fault. Since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I've probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. You know, you secretly have many. I don't have many. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. She doesn't have friends. Poor you. Oh. But I like it that way. It feels nice and to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still 2 more books after this one. Guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri. You know what I mean. Monica lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do too. Maybe more than when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean a lot. Wait, who was mean to you, girl? You're tall, you're sexy, you got them legs. Yeah, nice boobs. Who would be mean to you? I know, I guess this is middle school, but you're still tall. I kind of felt like, please don't make me think about the past. Sorry, I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it was just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame like Natsuki. Ouch! Uh, sorry, I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess that was my fault for pressing you. I'm not like that for things in my past. Too. You know, things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. Oh, I know that feeling. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga. Reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. I used to be about... Yeah, okay, I read that. Makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it too. I don't... That's not how that... You shouldn't... Throw over a cliff into a volcano. Hey, were you talking about me? No, we were just... Oh, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple of years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah? What was it that inspired you to go more into it? I don't know. I guess let me think. Well, it was after I discovered a series that I really liked. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things, and I got super into this one series that I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Hey, kind of like Yuri. Monica! Sorry. That's completely wrong, so it's still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you a lot through hard times. You know it? Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think it would be to go if you stacked them, the whole series? I think about that about certain other books that have long, like the Harry Potter books. How tall would it be if you stacked all of them? All the books. How tall would that go? Yeah, there's a lot of books though. There are a lot of books of Harry Potter, so yeah. Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long, so that I can say I've read more than you. Not that I have the money for that. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, I was just joking. I can never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. There he shoots that glare at Natsuki. Oh, that's right. It's not boring. I mean, it's not boring for you, but it could be boring for other people. Guys, manga is something else too. It has art with words. Ow, my knee. It cracked. Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion. I just think it's too convoluted. Sorry? Are those from the floor? Potty face diary, yes! Ah! My fool. Gross. Also wash your hands before touching any of my books. But my hands aren't dirty. Let's do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. Potty face diary again! Fine. What a treat! What a treat! We got 2 potty face diaries and 1. Let's go! Yee. Diary trots out the door and Natsuki falls. Here, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. But she knows, well, how much these mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it? I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. The anime community! They're horrible! The anime community is horrible. They'll put down shit just because they're assholes. Like, or even Dragon Ball fans are kind of the worst, I would have to say. Because, well, some of them saying that Dragon Ball is just a filler. It's literally the beginning of the entire story. The start of Goku's journey. You dumbasses. And also, Dragon Ball's goated and go suck it. And same thing for those people that talk down on Fairy Tail. Go suck it. I don't care how much you're gonna say it's trash. To us Fairy Tail fans, it's peak to us. We love it. It's great. It's amazing. We enjoy it. Why do you have to come in and try to ruin that joy? Just say you don't like it. That's fine, but you don't have to say it's complete and utter trash and we're wrong. You're wrong. Shut up, chatty monkey, and go sit in a corner with your thoughts. Sick of people like that. It pisses me off. This is that same scenario shit, except for it's just one person. But she's right about other people too. They're just assholes. Especially in a literature club, so I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Hey, there's positivity. Some people are quick readers. I'm a slow reader. Just very slow reader. I have to also make sure I read everything correctly, and also I want to go through it again so I can process it again. It's a processing with me. I read it, then I reread it, and then I reread it to process it completely to make sure I got it. Fully understand. Perfect. Okay, well, this is something that I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. I yawned. I'm sorry. Common ground isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected. Is that the side story we're on? Respect? That, then, either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monica, but I'm skeptical. Well, you ain't believing hard enough then, stupid! You ever think about, going to Jesus? No, anime Jesus will bitch smack you. I have some things in common with theory, but not a lot. But yeah, I like fantasy stuff too. Fantasy's cool. I think fantasy's really cool. This new music? That's new. It really does. It sounds new. Huh. Got a nice beat to it. Boom, 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 boom. Got a nice beat. I like it. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about. But that also means we should be mindful of how we respond to others' feelings. Well, if we go to the real world, I don't think they give a shit. But you're right. Respect other people's feelings, though, actually. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Are you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Oh, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused or something. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if it came off like that. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for a literature club. Don't you think? I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so, sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea of or emotion. Or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. Yeah, when you have an opinion about their hobby. It's not nice to say that it's trash. Or they should grow out of it. Yuri. Alright. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? I have them organized by category. I should start with snacks, or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruit? That's easy. Cherries. Aw, crap. I hate cherries. Apples. My favorite fruit would probably be apples. I eat apples a lot. Ooh. Apples. Yeah. Hmm. Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. Yep, same. What? Cherries are delicious! Well, that's a pretty strong reaction. Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty. I feel like I'm being attacked right now! I don't like cherry. Or flavored cherry. Or cherry period. I hate cherry. It still tastes like crap. And I'm an adult this time and I still don't like it. So, my taste didn't change for cherry. I just don't... How does it make you feel? Ah, sad. Defensive? Yeah, I got defensive. Yeah. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. Well, that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. Huh. I think I'm learning a goddamn lesson here. And I hate it. Okay, continue. Wait, hold on. How is that objective? When you just said it was only your own opinion. Oh. It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherry, not your feelings about them, like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good. So what if instead of that I said, like, I tried cherries and they're not for me, and it's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. You know what? Interpreting it that way, I can actually see the other way as being more objective. So yes, I've tried cherry, I've eaten cherry flavored stuff and all that stuff. Or cherry pastries and shit like that. I didn't like it. It's not for me. There you go. Thank you. See, I'm learning. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Okay, so cherries was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talked about my feelings, and sorry, didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we received an invitation to talk about our differences. Gary, you don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you on something. I know that. I was just... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? I mean, taking notes on it could also help with, like, literature as well. Especially if you're making a story, you can also try doing something between the two scenarios. Like pitting something completely down to, it's just not for me. Why can't people do that, especially with fairy tale? Instead of pitting something down and being objective about it, it's like, oh, fairy tales is trash, it's not peak. Like, well then that's your opinion and all that, but you don't have to be an asshole about it. To say, I don't like fairy tale, It's not for me, but hey, I'm glad that you enjoy something. You're welcome. See, there you go. I say that to some people that I like. Okay, oh, it's a JoJo Bizarre Adventures. It's not for me. I don't care for it. But if you like it, that's cool. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't like it. I may not watch it, but I've seen clips and all that stuff. I got to experience a lot of shit with the anime. But, and I know the references to the JoJo pose and all that shit too. But, it's not for me. It's not trash. But it's just not for me. It's not for me, and I'm just gonna move on past it. And for other people that think it's peak, okay. You can't just don't try to change my mind. That's the only thing. You can't change someone's mind that we've already think it's not really. It's not my cup of tea. So it's yours, but not mine. And I don't even like tea. Then I've tried black tea, so that makes sense. Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. I mean, it's a nice way to do it. You don't have to be a complete asshole. Natsuki. This bitch broke my neck. I don't think I forgot. I know it was in the cursed world, but I still didn't enjoy that neck crack. It's like, oh. It's like, oh my god, she murdered me. Okay, that was fun. But you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to help you turn your differences into positive experience, rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? Whatever you say, Cherry Hater. We got Pouty Sayori again! Oh, come on. Sorry, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. What the heck? I've been duped. Sorry, Sayori. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. Anything for a cherry sundae, right? Ah, Sayori. Ah, God. Buying your people's loyalty? How deplorable. Oh, like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri? You're certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. That was... I mean... I was reading and not keeping track of them. Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic. Kinda, yeah. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try it with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Gary, do you want to start? Well, I'd rather not. How come? Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just going to start a fight. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. So you act like a spoiled brat. You don't have to coddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable. Your expression changes at that word. I don't know. Poor choice of words, my little lady. Monica recalls being respectable was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Crush? Oh. I think it was crutch. No, crutch is spelled differently. Crush? What the fuck are you using words I don't know? Okay, hate's a strong word, and that's incorrect. Words that I don't fucking know! God, I'm learning new words every goddamn day. God damn it. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like... It's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuisance. Nuance, right? This is it's fine. In my reading material, I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Manga, there's a lot of manga that are like that too, dumbass! Oh, well, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say that manga's for children or something. Definitely not. There's a lot of manga that's definitely not for children. Teenagers, maybe, but children? No. Like, I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I've read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life. Throw over a cliff into a volcano. So you're saying if since I read manga, I'm a child or something? I'm taking offense to it already. And I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Manga can be mature too! They're mature shit! Excuse me. Yep. Thank you! See? What you just said! Literally pissed me off. Now I want to throw you over a cliff to a volcano to appease the volcano god. At this point, it might be me. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Dad, thank you! Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki? Nobody's immature. I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy. I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring is subjective. Okay, it bores me. That's subjective? But, I mean, the thing about this is ridiculous. Do you see why I didn't want to participate in this? I knew it was just going to make people upset. Because you didn't try! You attacked first! So, fuck yourself. And your stupid fantasy books. You look upset. I'm upset. I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me. So I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business. What? Have you looked in a mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all my interests immature. You can't. Please stop. Please. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. I'm good. I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? Oof. Ouch. Gary's piercing words send the clubroom into a choked silence as she gathers her things. She leaves. Holy crap. I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Oh, you weren't very nice either, so... I was just saying... How did this happen? It's my fault. Gary wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. That was a really stupid thing for me to do. I mean, I was brought into their conflict too. It's nobody's fault. And it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody should have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things, it's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Thank you! Because I'm green with a demon. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you're trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just like the way we talk to each other, right? I mean, Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you've given her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow. I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But, it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our mind off of this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. Yeah, you heard Sayori. I'll talk or read manga. Or whatever you want. But don't be mean to my friend, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter. Bitter butter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Manga says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force the tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other the least out of anyone. This is the reason. And Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga. I like to read some manga. I read some. I mean, I've read some good Shonen Jump book with multiple manga pages, and then I did read a manga from my friend. I forgot the name of it though. It was about some sort of robot she found on the garbage. Yeah, it was a female robot. She looked pretty human. And then some weird, freaky shit happened with the with the robo lady. She started acting strangely, glowing, acting like I don't know, but she had a thing for the main character. Wish I remember what it was. I never got to finish that story. That was really good. I got into it. Ah, if I only wish I could remember the damn name. At least that had to been my first complete manga I've ever read. Damn. Monica sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that. And she knows Sayori doesn't either. That's true. But for once, the solution doesn't seem to be in sight. They're just gonna have to figure out themselves, I guess. Now, side story done. Yeah, yeah, there was new music. I knew it. This is still cursed, by the way. I wonder what it was called. Let's teamwork. Buy my mixtape. Spend 20 minutes listening to music on the desktop. Yeah, let's teamwork. That is definitely the song that we just heard. Yeah. Reflection. And I think respect was this one right here. And now we're doing reflection. Soka. That took a little longer than I thought. Alright, let's get into part 2! Let's try to finish this up today. A new day arrived. Sayori arrives at the club room earlier than usual. That is not late. Holy shit. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she's the first one there. So she sits down at a desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thoughts. Sayori has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry. My heart feels vacant because a ship sailed away. Yo! Like foul mouth. Eek! The hell? Natsuki? Natsuki pokes her head out of from behind the closet. So she was in here. So she's in the closet. Sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. But a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I doubt you want me listening on your poetry thing. Yeah. Thanks for realizing that. Can I let you finish that up then? No, it wasn't. I mean, I just do it whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monica, by the way? Oh, she's on the hallway. Huh? Why? Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri is too nervous to come into the club room by herself. Oh. Geez, does Yuri really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. I get a million bad thoughts in my head. No, seriously. A million. Really drowns out the positive thoughts I could make. Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while. When it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. You're not wrong. Sorry, he's not wrong. If you have a chance to self-reflect and think, that's when they come back. So for me, I go on a app called Doki, where people make up these scenario stories that I play out. They give me the characters, they give me what their needs and all that stuff. Sometimes but it is powered by AI, so the AI responds to me. And a lot of times the AI cannot cook or remember the main part of the story or remember what I've told them already. So I have to moderate, replenish, refix, and get everything back in order. Because it can be fucking annoying. That it's not following the story correctly. Or it's not remembering what I've already said like 10 minutes ago or some shit. But I get something out of it. It keeps my mind busy. Keeps it very busy. So I'll never have a chance to think about any bad thoughts. Either that or watch anime. But again, that also helps too. Anything that distracts my mind and takes it away from me even thinking by keeping it busy. So yeah. But once I get a chance to sit there and think, that's when it just comes rolling in. It's a nah. I just want us to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we all just ignore it and move on. That's not how that works. That's not how that works, you brat! What? God. Volcano. Cliff. Thrower. I don't want to be bothered by this. It's so stupid. Her opinion of me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty and I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. Okay, that's a different opinion on that one for me. Let's figure this out together. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy the way things were before we had to have that conversation yesterday. What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it Yuri being mean about the manga? Maybe. I doubt it though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. I don't see the reason why. Manga is very popular. Very popular out here in the West. So keep doing what you're doing, Japan. Do not change for the West, for your audience is already there, and they will continue supporting you. So do not change anything for anyone else. Keep it to your audience, and you'll still make the money. Something about it really got to me this time, and I hate that I'm letting that happen. Is it because it came from Yuri? No, why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. I hate that she thinks she's much better than me. Just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated? Oh, what's sophisticated? What does sophisticated mean again? Mature, I guess? Mature? I think that means mature or fancy. Fancy words. It does have. I mean, Yuri uses fancy words. Yeah, that's what it is. At least other people decide that they don't like me or manga or whatever. But Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance. Well, she said she used to read it and she said she matured out of it. Like, bro, you don't mature out of, like, manga. Manga is mature enough as it is. And there's some great solid stories out there. Some even deep ones, too. I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly. Would you give Yuri's books a chance? Ha! After this? Obviously not. What about before this? Well, I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. Looking at you, Marvel and DC. Shade, it's just too shade. I see. But you know, I like Yuri's books. Yeah, but you like manga more, right? Diary shakes her head. I like them both equally. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just let go with. And the fantasy has a lot of to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good, quiet time together with it. I mean, if you think about what you just read and you reflect over it, and then, yeah, I can get that. But the most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So I love them both. And I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think. And also there are fantasy mangas as well. How do you get along with everyone so well? I always had to fight with people. Like first it was like with Monica when I was new to the club, and then it was you, and now it's Yuri. And I'm always like, oh, that person is being such a jerk, and if you just realize that, then we could at least get along. But nobody else has that problem. Or this, either one. I just keep running away from the reality that everybody's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. Mm. And I don't know why. And I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me either. Natsuki. Sorry if it's a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate. You know? And sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky and we make friends who are really good at the same kinds of communication. That would not be me. I suck at communicating. And it feels like you magically connect with them. But but others? But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other. Or to get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles a lot with, too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of, like, reflection and self-awareness. And vulnerability. I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. We all are. We try not to make ourselves vulnerable to people. But sometimes we fall into a trap of dens of wolves or spiders. Either, whichever your preferences are. Basically, we confide in the wrong people, and then they make us feel horrible about ourselves. I've had that experience. So, vulnerability and trust is not easy for me. But at least it comes to my friends. Telling a random stranger that, I don't really give two shits. Because I won't be seeing their asses again, or talking to them anymore. So yeah, there's that. I always have to be the strongest. What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you. Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, and I guess my dad. Like when I don't get good grades, or even stupid things, like if my room isn't clean. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset when it's just letting them win, I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So things always have to be everyone else's fault. If it feels like if something goes wrong and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I get really angry and I find ways to blame everything else instead. You see yourself as better than Yuri? If I said that, then I would just sound really full of myself. No, our thoughts and our feelings are two different things. If we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about ourselves. That's a part of vulnerability, you know? Accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. I I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person. Oof. I felt that. Because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase and that I'm just way above that garbage. I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You're not your feelings. But you're not your feelings. Say that to yourself out loud. Fine. I am not my feelings. The way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house, you gotta see each other every day. And even if you can ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other every now and then. And it's gonna make you feel like poop. So the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other. And maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand? How do you know so much about this stuff? She goes through it a lot. I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. Called depression. Depression? You're like the happiest person I know. I am not my feelings. I want to be a good person like you. Aw, you little sweetheart. We're all good people. You and Yuri and Monica. And I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you too. Natsuki remained silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside her. Was it a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't as though she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. And there it is. I was inflicted with a wound after becoming vulnerable. I was vulnerable to two people I thought were my friends, confided in them, and they made me feel horrible. Or they made it like that the things that I was feeling aren't real. It was hurtful. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. That's... Gary, what are you doing all the way over here? I was looking for you. Please don't yell at me. Oh, I'm not going to yell at you. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time, I won't just try to jump in and solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine. You're not mad at me? I thought you were the one mad at me. I was so awful yesterday. Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument. I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset. Hold on. That's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay? Yuri pauses for a second. We're gonna get an image! Then manages to nod. Monica takes a seat next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns and I can't get away from them. What kind of negative thought patterns? Like everyone hates me. Oof. And that is my brain. Especially Natsuki. Ah, That's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you. How do you know? Well, because Monica thinks back to a time that she herself found herself in a altercation with Natsuki, and how display of maturity from Monica was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well. I think. I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's really not a bad person. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate. She just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree in kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it. Oh, but that means the burden is on me. And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, I just... Yuri shakes her head at herself and tugs on her hair like that. It's okay, Yuri. You don't need to beat yourself up. I think anyone should, would like you if they had the chance to get to know you. Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said she found it more respectable when people speak their mind, so I did, and then she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears. But Sayuri and I like you, and we've gotten to know you a lot by now, right? It doesn't seem to have a response. We seem to think? No, not yet. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? I don't think about her. That's not what I meant, really. I just... I was just wondering if you had an opinion of her. I do. What is it? Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person. So for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my taste, that's just the worst kind of insult. Coming from someone like her. And it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again. My feelings about her are wrong. And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential. No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong. Well, they're not right. That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know? They're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things. Or we can, you know, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I can never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. I think working through your feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. Yuri wears a dejected expression. You make it sound so easy. You're so mature and so good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison. Oh, Yuri, I'm far from perfect. But these are learned skills. They didn't come naturally to me either. Mm, 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 mm. It's really hard to reflect on yourself, and separate your feelings from your thoughts. Yeah, that's very. It's hard. I just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. That's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate to her. Communicate what? How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of the things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. I actually don't tell myself I'm better than everyone. I always think of myself as a second fiddle. That everyone else is better than me. Just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of that getting in the way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this. Yeah, you can't focus on your reading when the peace is disturbed, right? Because we're changing the thing. The literature club should be happy for everyone. Manga looks at Yuri in admiration. Said adoration, right? I don't give a shit anymore. Maybe I do. That's why I'm fussing over it. I feel like Sayori must be rubbing off on me. Because I really want to hug you now. Sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind so. Hey! She gave consent. Manka pulls Yuri into a short embrace. You're so gentle. And I love when you communicate your feelings. I feel lucky to get to see that side of you. I'm sure Natsuki will too. We get a new scene. I'm going to write her a letter. Oh, a letter? What a great idea. Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me. And I forget to say all the important things. And I say things I don't mean. Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Yuri's face hardens with determination. People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you and Sayori. My personality isn't suited for that. I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendship don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I never should have been myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she put so much effort into understanding me so that we can get along. I think it was the same with you. You both gave me a lot of time and patience. And I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki. Yuri nods. I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. You mean someone like me that does that? Yeah. That's there, there's a type of person or magical formula I have to follow in order to make someone like me. It's just like me to think that, always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people. Yuri shakes your head. Friendship happens when you think about the other person, when you offer time and effort to understand them and respect them and trust that, and they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned through my observations in the literature club. Observations? Monica is caught by surprise. Yuri has always kept to herself, so much that it's so unusual to her. To hear her suddenly talking about the club like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself. You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sorry too. And it makes me happy, because I learn a lot of things. That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant that much to you. Monica never thought much of it. But in the past weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive. Attentive? Yeah, attentive. When it came to the problems and concerns of others. Always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. Soccer tryouts. I've done those. I did that in elementary school. Oh, big sale. Wonder what drinks they're selling. The scene. It's true. Sorry. And Monica are naturally more comfortable with other people and can more easily work through situations of conflict. But that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses and the capacity to improve. And the first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monica can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. A very shy girl with long, pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fist pressed into her collarbone. When she finds the literature club president's classroom, she stands at the door, glancing all around her before peering inside. Monica is sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, this was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monica glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of the sight. Out of the sight? Out of sight. Jesus Christ. Before she can, I just realized what I said. my brain wanted to add the for some reason. Before she can regain composure and decide for her sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. I figure it was Yuri. Yuri, what a surprise to see you doing lunch. Yuri squeaks, response. What, did she see a mouse again? Please help me. What? Is everything okay? Yuri shakes his head. I don't know how to write letters. Thank goodness. I thought there was some kind of emergency. Monica briefly glances over her shoulder at her other friends. Do you want some help? We can go find an empty classroom or something. Is that okay? I feel bad taking you away from your friends. It's totally fine. I promise. We weren't really doing anything in 1 sec. 1 sec. Monica trots back into her classroom. She says something like, I gotta go to her friends, then grabs a pen off her desk before returning to Yuri. Okay, let's find somewhere quiet. Yuri nods and follows Monica as the two of them set off. Ha! How are you today? Huh? Me? Oh, yes. Oh gosh, sorry. I was just caught off guard. I'm doing well today. Just tired. Same. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week. Same! I don't get enough sleep, period. How come? Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just easily distracted. I get really sucked into things and start neglecting the time. Me too. I do that too. Hey, this classroom's empty. Let's go in here. After peering inside, Monica opens the classroom door and the two of them enter. Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. She watches Monica pull two chairs up to the same desk, then obeys as Monica beckons her to take a seat. Take a seat! She stares down at the empty desk. You nervous? I don't want to do this. We don't have to. We can come up with something else. But I gotta get out of her comfort zone. It's to get out of your comfort zone to try something new. And even if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you want to still do it. Because that's just stubbornness. Yuri shakes her head. It's my chance to do something good. I need to take initiative. Gosh, you must be really determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you. He pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined paper from her notebook. Then she picks up her pen. That's so... Oh my god. Hey, you're left-handed. That's neat. Yeah. Now I don't have to worry about bumping your arm. Monica playfully rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. Haha, sorry. I'm just being silly, I guess. Anyway, how about we start by listening to different things you want to say to her? Yuri thinks. I feel embarrassed, but all of a sudden. It's okay. How about some of the things you said to me yesterday? But never mind. I guess I'll try. Yuri thinks for a moment longer. Her tension's evident. She writes the word reflection. This is about my reflection on our behavior. The key question is why we act like this towards each other, but have been able to separately be friends with Sayori and Monica. That's me! Yes, it is. So, Yuri thinks. I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken the time to understand my needs and respect my interests. The same goes for Natsuki, too. We started off as pretty hostile to each other because I was so worried about getting what I wanted. But she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same. I want to do that too. So what kind of things do you want to do for her? I want I want to do some same things for her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positively to the things I talk about and not just brush it off. I like it when my feelings are taken seriously. And I like when you and Sayori trust that I want to be a good person, even when I'm not doing a good job at it. Let's write those down. Write those things down. Okay. Yuri writes some things down. I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki is feeling vulnerable. So we should make sure that the letter puts her first. It's hard when you're feeling hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things that they're doing wrong. I think first you have to make sure that they know you're ready to respect them and listen to them and admit the things that you feel you could do better. And finally, you ask what you would like in return. What does that sound for the structure? How does that sound for the structure? Okay. I think that's a good structure point. It could be 3 paragraphs, 1 for each of the points. I like that. Aw, she's smiling. My thoughts were so disorganized. I had no idea how to come up with any kind of structure. You're so amazing at these things. Oh, stop. You've done so much more than I have, you know? You spent so much time reflecting and being open-minded. That's the hardest thing for anyone to do. All I'm doing is helping you put it on a piece of paper. I think you're the amazing one. Maka gives Yuri's hand a quick squeeze. As she lets go, she's caught by surprise when Yuri curls her fingers to hook Monica's hand in place. For a while, they sit like that in silence. Save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the. Yesterday, you told me something that I'm thinking about a lot. What was that? Think about how feelings aren't right or wrong. That they're just a state of being we need to come to terms with. Made me think about how a person's behavior isn't always just how they had to be. It's also made up of their past experiences and their insecurities. I think that helps me see other people as actually people, rather than as insignificant side characters who are out to get me somehow. Is that how you felt about Natsuki? Yuri nods. But in reality, everyone is always trying their best, and everyone wants to be happy. Monica peers over at Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri pulls it in closer, practically covering it with her arm. I have to be able to read it to help out, you know. It's okay. My thoughts are a lot more organized now, after being able to talk to you about it. Now that I'm actually putting it on paper, I realize I'd really prefer others not to read it. Yuri laughs softly to herself, a rare expression. I'm kind of glad to hear that, actually. I somehow keep finding ways to butt into this whole thing, I've done enough damage. It's also been so wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but here he smiles. Ah, smiling again. We get wholesome shit like this, but we played the original game, it's all fucked. I'll always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one. But listening to you so much has really helped me make sense of some things. So just don't call it damage, please. Manga gives you a gentle smile. I can't believe I came to this club looking for fantasy geeks, and all I got was real friends who value me. Is that a joke? Of course it is. I still can't with tell with you. Sorry. No, I love it. Please never change. As you wish. Eric glances at the clock. We're almost out of time. Will you be able to finish before the end of the day? Probably. But I don't want to come to the club the same day that Natsuki reads it. I'm too shy. I can give it to her instead, if you like. Yuri nods. As long as you promise not to read it. Of course, I promise. Thank you. Yuri exhales and the two stand up. I'll message you when it's ready. Good luck. I'm here if you need me. Yuri returns a nod, and the two depart. I think that's it. Wow, that was a lot longer than I thought. Well. Look at that. We still have one left. That means that last side story. Oh, I guess that last one is going to be this. That Yuri writes. Oh, okay. Oh, that means we're only getting one more. So where the hell are the last two? I wonder if I got that. No, I didn't. The side stories. Let me get the... I even got this too. Look at that. Okay. No new music, so that's that. But I hate to say this, but we won't be able to finish this after all. It's gonna be too long. So I'm gonna have to save these last two for tomorrow. The last stream of Doki Doki. So I'm gonna go raid somebody. So bear and stick with me, okay? We're gonna raid a channel. I don't think anyone should be. I don't think anyone's streaming, so that I'm following. So there's that. I'm not sure if this one is the Angry Cherry. Let's look here. We're gonna raid the Angry Cherry. I hope you guys stick around for it. If not, then okay, understandable. All right, rating complete.